Hey, welcome back to my channel. Okay, in this video I'm going to be going over some things that I had made within my school career, from when I was a film student to transitioning into a photo student. And these were at two different schools. So I'm gonna start off, I'm gonna go backwards because why not? I'm gonna start off when I transitioned to, or transferred, I transferred to Point Park University in 2022. And I believe this was for sophomore year. And this was for a graphic design or foundations class that I had, Foundations 101 or whatever that I had. And you're probably like, what is this? Okay, what am I looking at? So, okay, this was, I believe, no, this wasn't for the final, but this was for a project that we had to do. He pretty much wanted us to like create anything. I'm trying to remember the prompt. It's been damn near 3 years ago now, but pretty much create some of like what it mean, create anything that means something to you, and then like protest it. It was like a protest type of project. So whatever you feel like is important, or you feel like you know whatever you're interested in that you think is it means something to you, you make something out of it, protest it. And he would just want us to stand out in public, take a photo, not actually protesting like, you know, but like just stand outside in public and just take a photo, so it's like proof that we done it. And I just like love nature and all that, so this is supposed to be a representation of the world, the globe, right, and nature. Oh my goodness, this was fun, and I would love to get into more pottery stuff. I've always loved pottery. This is something I made during a BSU event that I had went to, and yeah, we were just able to go there and make whatever we wanted. And here's the thing, I didn't go in there with a plan, nothing. I didn't go in there with a sketch. I didn't go on Pinterest and be like, oh, this is what I'm going to make. No. And I didn't even want to be basic and make a mug either, because like, no, I could have, but I have plenty of mugs. This looks like an ashtray, but I don't know what this is, okay? You know, I looked at it and it's like, okay, yeah, sure, an ashtray, but I don't smoke, like, ugh. And also I'm like, okay, jewelry, like maybe some rings. I didn't glaze it or paint it or none of that. I just kept how it is. A piece broke off, but this fulfilled my heart, okay? Like, no pun intended, but it literally did, because it was just like, wow. Again, anything that deals with like the arts and crafts and just being artistic, singing, dancing, drawing, painting. I don't paint, and I would love to get back into, I would love to get into those things, but like this right here, pottery is something that's always just been so fascinating to me. Yeah, this was for senior year, just a few months ago, and I know it will look pretty. For the colors, I thought of like coral, like a coral peach color, for like the heart, because why not? And then maybe for like the outside, it was probably gonna be green, or gold would probably eat. Coral and gold, that would be dope. But I don't know. I never invested into doing that. So this was again for the same class that I had made this, and this was for also sophomore year at Point Park University, and this was I believe for like the final. So apparently I'm like a collage queen or whatever, and I love my collages. I really do love my collages. Like, again, look behind me, it speaks for itself. And for this, you know, we had to, this is the project that I made. This was for, I believe, my final. Honestly, did I even write an artist statement or any of that? Because I don't. So I made like a storyboard, and I called it, I guess, Suffocation of Anxiety. And whoa, dark there, right? Yeah. Not really, I don't know. And these are like, I'm not a drawer, but like these are some portraits that I came out with, and then I moved it to like the actual like storyboard. And I don't know, like I was again, I was just really in my element. That's why I really appreciate this class and the professor that taught this class so much, because I had so much fun. And it's like, it's cringy at first because it's like, what the hell am I even doing? And it's, you know, but then you see the product and it's like, okay. But I got water, just pretty much like some earthy and water elements in there because I'm supposed to be drowning in my anxiety, all this stuff, But yeah, this was fun, and that's like the portrait of me. And it's just like, wow, like, I feel like as art people, as art students, it's just like half of the time, they say everything should be intentional, but sometimes it's just like, I don't even fucking know. I'm just going with the flow. I'm just seeing I'm just being free with it. I'm seeing what my mind can come up and create, you know, what my hands and what my mind can, you know, create. And then next thing you know, then there's the final product. And then after that, I'm just improvising, and it feels like bullshit sometimes. It's just like, I'm just bullshitting my way through this. That's how it feels, because it's just like there was either a whole thought process, right, or sometimes it was just like a spur of the moment. It just happened on the impulse, and here we are. And now I have to come up with a story, because for a final you're doing a critique, and then they're like, so tell us how you came up with it, you know. So it's so funny how it works, because it's like, I didn't even feel like that in that moment. I just needed something for this project because, you know, I need this grade, you know. That's but it's like, then there's another part of me that's just like, don't think about the grade, you know, but it's like, I need to graduate. It's weird. It's a lot within a lot, but that was fun. And now, actually, okay, this is also another year of sophomore year that I had made at Point Park. So we're just going through all the Point Park stuff. And okay, this is a sketchbook. Again, I can't draw, but it was required to take a drawing class, and it was okay. I think because I was new, still trying to get used to the city and learning stuff, it was like, I was scared. I was a bit scared in terms of like going out alone, even though I'm like naturally an introvert or whatever. But I'll just go into like some projects that I made. This was like the first mini sort of assignment that we had. I think we had to just like draw our hands, and I'm a right-handed person, so of course with my left hand I just traced it, and then with my right hand, or no, this is still my left hand. So what I did, I traced my left hand, and then I had to like replicate what I seen here. But yeah, there's that. I don't even remember I don't even remember the grade I got on that, but that's not important. It's so crazy because like, she was a bit strict, so it just felt awkward when we had our first critique and whatnot. But there's that. Some other like sketches that we came up, or that we were supposed to draw or whatever. There's so much, what's so cringe about this is that there's so much empty page. Like, that's what I don't like. Oh my goodness. So for this sketch, this was the one that I was having like a bit anxiety about, because I had to go out into the world and actually like draw stuff. So I pretty much, we had to look for certain types of whatever that look like what you see here. I don't even know, columns or whatever, but pretty much what you see here. We had to look for those types of things around the city and draw them. And if I was just paying attention, we had these exact type of, you know, architecture, there we go, in the library, in our school library. And I was, you know, driving my mom crazy with her helping me trying to find what our professor wanted us to look for. And it was literally just in the library. But because my anxiety was so sparked, and I was just like, which, oh my goodness, just imagine if it was in the library, a lot more calmer and quieter. But yeah, there's that. Just a few other stuff. My favorite ones that I really enjoyed was this. So this is supposed to be fall. I love this. We pretty much just took a whole bunch of different types of color swatch pages or papers, ripped them up and made a collage of seasons. So that's fall. And hold on, I knew it. I'm like, something's missing. This is supposed to be winter. And I love this. Like, that was fun. And this was, wow, November 14th, 2022. Whoa, time went fast. But those were actually probably like the most enjoyable ones that I had. Along with these two, they're probably like, what is this? What am I looking at? This was supposed to be, she would show an image on the screen, and then we were supposed to, our job was supposed to pretty much look at what types of shapes do we see within the image. So that's what this is illustrating right there. It looks crazy, but if you know, you know. I don't know. But dude, that's literally it. And then there's so many more empty pages that this is like a fumble that I have. And it's like, I want to spend my time. What I need to practice more is taking my camera out more, or a sketchbook out more, just so it's like I can actually start getting better at drawing and, you know, not wasting pages. Because like this actually hurts my heart, because I haven't really touched this since 2022, and again, I don't draw, but this is like the perfect time. I also have a whole other one. It's just like, I'm at La Roche University before I had transferred to Point Park. This is a binder that I had gotten from Dollar Tree. This spoke to me, because I love me some music, but I'll talk about that possibly in a future video. But this is when, so this is pretty much how it all started, and I'll possibly even make a video on like my transition from being a film student to a photography student and all that stuff. But this is when I first started learning like Premiere Pro, so I was taking notes on that, and again, storyboards and stuff like that, and the different types of shots. And yo, guys, y'all wanna know what I did? Y'all wanna know what I did? I made a script, okay? I made a script, and it was fun. I learned what like a beat sheet was and all of that, okay? And matter of fact, this isn't even the, oh my gosh, wait, let me get that real quick. But yeah, guys, I made scripts, and this is what it looks like. This was fun, okay? Realistically, at the time, I was stressed as heck. I was stressed. But like looking back at this now, I feel so proud. I feel so proud because I came a long way, and I learned how to do so much, what things meant, and how to write a script, the certain font for a script, and all this stuff. This was fun. And this is 8-page worth of a script. I think this was like, no way. Like, where's my full one? I swear I had like a full one, because where's like the cover part? But yeah, this was so much fun, and we went through this whole process of like doing index cards. She wanted us to do 100 index cards, yo. Dude, I thought it was impossible at the time, because it felt like it, because I'm like, my mind can't, I was limiting myself because it just felt like truly too much. So these cards pretty much just indicated which section is going to be what. So this is Act 1, which is like the inciting incident, and then the teaser. Act 2 and 3 are like my biggest ones, as you can see. But actually, was the teaser first? Either way, this at the time felt so stressful, but here I am, I did it. I also made some zines, going back to Point Park from that same class. I made some zines, and again, it's like nature stuff, so I'll show the one that's in color. Oh my goodness, yeah. And these are my own images that I just made into like this. And this was so fun. Like, when I tell you, this class, this is probably like the perfect class to take during that time too. Like, what, I was probably about, I think I was 20. So it's just like, this this was like the perfect, right, like the perfect time. And then my professor then had taken this, flat pressed it into like different colors. So now I just got all of these. Got a black and white one. Actually, I got a few black and white ones. So the only colors I have, I swear I had a green one, yo. But these are the only ones, the colored ones that I have. Yeah, I think it's only right to do a story time of my college experience and stuff like that, because it's so much. Here's my storyboard. I stayed up all night, okay, to finish it, because it was literally due that night at whichever time, or not even that night, that morning at like 8 a.m. I stayed up damn near all the way until 8 a.m. to finish this. I'm not a drawer, but best believe I was getting jiggy up in there with the shading and all of that. You see that? Okay. And I had fun, and it felt very much so worth it. Wow, this is actually quite nostalgic, and I'll probably look at this even closer. But guys, that was it for now. That was the stuff that I had made through my time as a film student and as a photo student. And when it comes down to the photo, when it comes down to me transferring to Point Park and making photos, there's so much. So that'll probably have to also be a part 2. But again, if you stayed for my yapping all this time, thank you so much. Like and subscribe, share like your opinions, your whatever, like your interests, your own experiences with college if you want. And I will see you next video. Thank you again for watching.